Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Luke Garrity. I'm one of the pastors here at the Red Bluff Vineyard, and really excited to sit down with some of my friends all the way from Mexico. So, why don't you introduce yourselves, and just we'll kind of talk a little bit about what God's doing and how this is going to impact the vineyard here in Red Bluff. So, Jorge.
Yes, I am Jorge Sun from Ensenada. I'm born at Mexicali, but I live at Ensenada, and she's my wife.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is María Luisa Espinoza Aulcy de Sun. And I am from Ensenada. I was born in Ensenada, and I am so blessed to be here today.
Yeah, well, we're really glad. So just maybe to bring everybody up to speed, we've shared this story a few times, but it's there's always people who might miss something. And we met, I think, about almost 2 years ago, not quite 2 years ago, or maybe one of our church family members, Doug, and I traveled down to Ensenada to meet you all. We had connected. Doug had sent some Facebook messages to your church, and we ended up flying down there. We heard there were good tacos. We confirmed that was true. We ate a collective combined total of 4,000 tacos over 3 days. It was amazing. But we just really connected well and fell in love with your community. And we really, I think we saw we had a lot in common. And so since that first initial trip, I think we've sent teams down 3 or 4 times now. And so 2 trips ago, we sat down and shared a little bit about our desire and goal to eventually plant a Viña, a Spanish-speaking church in our community. And I'll confess, I think we were thinking, oh yes, some younger family, young person who would be willing to uproot and come maybe to America. And then I think you were like, well, what about us? Could we qualify? And we were like, what? You would be willing to consider that? That's kind of what we're talking about now, right?
Yes. I think we all need Jesus to meet Jesus, but we all need to have a deeper relation with Jesus. And we notice, as you tell us, that we have a big community of Latino, especially Mexicans, but speak in general Spanish-speaking community, and that need to be encouraged, in their own language, and we think that's the goal, the main goal that we have. That thanks to the love you are feeling for the Latino community, that many times is shown only when you go to Mexico or other countries, to missionary, but you have the chance to missionary here in your own city, and we saw that, and we love that heart, because of our context, have been saved by the work of missionaries, American missionaries mainly. So all that together made a click on us, to help to make the Latino community grow in their love for God. And of course, that will bring a lot of benefits. I don't want to speak too much.
We love hearing it. And you as well. We spent a lot of time. You took me to several Mexican restaurants. Yes. Although you just call them restaurants.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you exposed us to a lot of really cool things in Ensenada, and we just really seemed to click. Because you're also very prophetic. You hear from God, and that's something you're passionate about. I know you both are passionate about the work of the Spirit. And it just felt like, these are our people, we're your people. That's kind of how it felt.
God's people.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
It's nice when you have that happen. Yeah. So I guess what I want to do, we're in the very beginning stages of exploring what we think the Holy Spirit's up to. Because I think, I guess it was about a year ago that the initial hey, maybe we would be a good fit for that. And we were like, maybe you would be a good fit for that. And so you came up to visit us in Red Bluff. You flew up on, I guess it would be, Thursday night or
Friday night?
Friday night.
Yeah.
Time has really flown.
Mm-hmm.
And so you got to spend some time on Saturday hanging out around Red Bluff. And then we had, you all came to church on Sunday. Actually, well, first you came to a leadership meeting with all of our leadership.
Wonderful meeting.
Yeah, we got to spend some time together. And then church on Sunday, our normal Sunday service. And if you were here on Sunday, you got to see them and hear from them. And then Sunday night, we had a fiesta.
Yes.
And we had a really good turnout of people for that. In fact, many of our leaders were surprised at how many people came out with some interest to hear about what God was up to. And you both shared your heart. It was really, really good, which I want to come back to you sharing a little bit about that in a minute. But I guess this is kind of where we're at is, we don't have a timetable. We don't have the exact dates, but you all are praying and feeling like we're suspecting God is calling you to Red Bluff. That's maybe a good way to put it.
Yes.
We are pretty much sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
95%.
He loves his people.
Yeah.
He loves Mexicans a lot.
Yeah.
And Latinos too. So.
Yeah. And so yesterday we went to Corning. And I got to have tacos at 9:45 in the morning, which was I was so happy about that. And we got to walk around, and you both got to speak to numerous Mexicans or Mexican people in Spanish, and sharing your heart a little bit, hearing from them. What did that do? Like, how did that go? I mean, why don't you tell us, because you had some really cool conversations.
Yes. I was telling you in the morning that it is not the same praying, planning, and wondering, thinking, how can it be, than being here and meeting the people and being able to feel God's love for them too. Yes. I was feeling now like the missionary that, like you when you went as missionaries to Mexico, and now I am missionary here.
Yeah.
It was kind of
different
feeling.
Out of your comfort, don't know everything.
Right. Okay. And at the time, identifying with my people, knowing that we were born Catholic in the big majority, and how they love God too, but they need to come closer to God, and knowing that we can be part of that. We can be how they can come closer. And I was thinking in many things. I have a bachelor degree in Spanish, and I was thinking maybe they want to learn Spanish or English, or I don't know. How can I help them?
Yeah.
I was talking to one of the ladies, and she was telling me my daughter is studying Spanish, but not real Spanish, like
it's like
Spanish,
Spain Spanish,
like,
right?
Yeah, Spain Spanish. So it made a click, as you said, like, I have your Spanish. I have the Spanish you need, and it's been amazing being here and sharing with you, spending this time with you, and being at Krista and Jim home, so comfortable, so loved, and
we don't want to go.
Greetings. Yeah, we don't want to go.
I know the time has come to a close too soon, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I guess leaning into that, so we're suspecting this is what God is up to. We don't have a timetable on it. I think we've kind of we've been strategizing a little bit today, thinking about what that would look like. And I think kind of what we're suspecting and sensing, and we think might be a really good plan, would be for you all to come back again and spend more time with us. Have you on a Sunday morning speak, share, probably have another fiesta, and probably have tacos at that fiesta, because there was some complaints about not having tacos, which I'm always okay with having tacos. So I was like, good idea. But then in the future, moving to Red Bluff, we're going to start exploring the process of what immigration will look like, and visas and all that type of stuff. We have some really great resources to help us with that. But you coming, and then once you land and you'd become a part of our church community for a season. And I think be able to kind of get your feet wet a little bit in our church, because you've been a part of La Viña in Ensenada for a long time. Mm-hmm. You get to be a part of our community. Our community would benefit from you and your ministry and your love for God. And then we would start some type of a Spanish-speaking, maybe small group to start with.
Yeah,
with the goal of launching a La Viña here in Red Bluff.
Yes.
And then we also have vision for a La Viña in Corning.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah?
Yes,
Amen.
it is.
Sound good?
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah. If it only was as easy as we just say the words. And it was
Yes, because our God plans.
Yeah.
So we need to go through.
Yeah. Is that, so like, I guess how would you describe, so on Saturday you were very emotional because you just sensed God's presence.
Yes.
And then you've had these conversations, and again, there's this part in the book of Acts, in Acts 15, where it says that the apostles and the elders, they have this statement where they say, it seemed good to the Holy Spirit and to us. There was like this discernment where they sensed that God was moving them in this direction, and it kind of has felt that way today and yesterday. Talk about that. Like, share your heart a little bit. Like, you want to start with what's God doing right now that's kind of leading you in this direction?
Well, as I told you before, it's not the same to be there and meet you, eat tacos, and pray together, sing together, which is very good. But it made a big difference being here and be able to observe somehow about your meetings and how you go with the leadership, and it's more of what we were expecting. It's been beyond our expectations in talking in the spirit, like what you thought, how you feel, how God show us your heart, and how you have that heart for missions. But at the same time, how you're doing in your own church, like saying we need to do this, and we are learning from these other churches what to do and what not to do, and all the formation that you have, the preparation, how you grew up, and all that experience that we feel that will help us so much. Because when we were there, we were praying and we were overthinking what can it be, how could we do this, and you know, in your human mind, many times you can understand God's plan, but we knew that God will provide, the means, and God will provide everything because we are saying yes to Him. It is not only from us, like we want to go there, but we know we have a calling for several years, and we know this is the timing. We felt this is the timing, and as I told you, meeting the people and knowing that is more than 70% probably of Hispanic.
That was,
people.
I think, surprising. I didn't even know that when we were in Corning, that we were talking to some folks that the majority of people in Corning are Latino. And it was like, there's a lot of people here that, and it's kind of what you're sharing is obviously kind of humbling to hear, but I have always believed that if we can, in our church, just do everything we can to be a healthy vineyard church, because I firmly believe that every community needs a healthy vineyard church.
Sure.
If we can do that, that will in itself help us become more engaged with missions, right? Because the healthier we are, the more that we're going to have a vision for multiplication and for outreach and wanting to multiply and see other communities sprout up. So we're trying. We're trying to do that.
Great. We are glad that we took your advice, because it was you that say, or dog maybe, that said, come, let's come. When you say that, I say, well, I need to come. I want to decide whether or not we need to go or whatever, but coming and watching, and feeling
and seeing it,
and feeling like the thirst of people of having more of God.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
and watching the expectation is already, our visit is already raising.
Yeah.
You know, in the members, in the Latino members of the church too,
Yeah.
of being able to invite
Yeah.
their parents or their relatives to an Spanish-speaking church. It's incredible. It says there is a big need. You know, it's a big need, and we are on the right path.
Yeah,
To help.
that's exciting. Yeah, yeah. I think the future is going to be really exciting because it seems like anytime that God's inviting you to something and you respond with yes, it can be scary, it can be really hard, but every time it's really cool to see how God orchestrates everything and puts it together. And
We are sure of that.
yeah,
One of the things that while we were talking before coming, one question he asked me as husband and wife, he said, Maria Luisa, can I ask you a question? Yes. Some years ago, the firm offered me, he's a CPA, offered me to go to the U.S. and back up, everything. And I was going to earn more money and everything. And you say, no, I don't want to go.
I was at Deloitte and Touche firm. National
Okay.
firm. I was a
International
member.
firm
Yeah.
of CPAs. So, and I say, well, it's easy for me to answer why I say no and I say yes now. Because it was you asking me just to move to another country and because you were going to work there. But now it's God asking.
Oh,
So it's
Yeah.
a
So it's
big
the-
difference.
it's the God card.
That's the big difference.
Yeah, God card.
It's- yeah.
If not, it's better to remain.
Yeah,
home.
to remain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to move.
Not to move. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
That's cool. And I think that that's probably been one of the most exciting parts of the last couple of days. Is for me, it was about 8 years ago that the Lord started to really speak to my wife and I about transitioning and leaving the church we were pastoring at for a long time to come here. And when we first came and visited, the thing that I observed was that there were it was a lot more multicultural than where we were coming from, because we always joked around about how in the city that we pastored in Wisconsin, that the ethnic diversity was Catholics and Lutherans. They were all white, but that was it. There wasn't a lot of diversity, ethnically speaking. And then we came here, and it was like, wow, there's all these Latinos all around us, and it just kind of felt like. But in the same way that there were a lot of Latinos, I didn't see a whole lot of, not outreach. I think there were people who cared about it, and there was a bit of outreach, but it felt like we could do more.
Sure.
And so but as a white dude who only knows enough Spanish to order tacos, that's pretty much it. It's like, there's such a limitation in my ability to reach Latinos, and I was just blown away yesterday. Because what I saw, and this is an encouragement for me, I think as a sending church, as a church that wants to send church planters, is that you two immediately, every place we went to, you connected with Mexican people, were speaking Spanish, getting to know them. They were opening up and sharing their church backgrounds, and some of them were saying, come to Red Bluff, come to Corning. So that was cool. Because they don't ever say that to me. It's always come eat tacos, but leave. So I felt it was really neat to see that. So I think, maybe for those of you watching this video and you're kind of thinking about how you can get involved, praying would be, right?
Yeah.
Big time prayer. Yeah, we have some, I don't feel like if God's putting this together as we suspect, then God's going to open up doors. He's going to make way where ways are needed. But the immigration process is going to take prayer and some connections. And thankfully, we have some people that can help us with that process. Financially, though, too, that's another way for you to be praying and thinking about how you could sow into this. Because I think we're trying to kind of explore what that would look like to plant the church, though. It's going to take prayer, finances, and then also people, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And so for those of you in our Red Bluff Vineyard community that are Spanish speakers, if you're a Latino and these are your peoples. And so it's really exciting to be kind of moving in that direction. So why Red Bluff and Corning? I think we've kind of said it's because there are people who have not yet come to know Jesus from the Latino community.
Yes.
There are people who may have, they may know about Jesus, but are not currently plugged into a local church.
Yes.
So we have this huge mission field all around us, and that's what it appears God's doing.
Yeah. Many people knows about Jesus, but we all need to grow in that knowledge.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Well, we're excited. Hopefully you can come back really soon and we'll spend time doing more together and get to know each other more and keep on going there. So thank you for watching this video. I'd really love to encourage you to like it and share it. Share it with people that you may know that would be interested in what God's doing in Red Bluff and in Corning amongst the Latino community. And then if you have any thing that you feel like God might be leading you to contribute, whether it's time and energy or finances, please let one of us know. Talk to one of us. You can send us an email or send us a message, and we'll get back to you. But we would love to talk about ways that you can be a part of this. And I'm really excited because I feel like this is going to be an opportunity for our region, our area, other pastors, other churches to be able to partner with this. And you've even said the same thing about Ensenada Vineyard churches banding together to send us, right? And we're really thankful for your pastor Rodolfo being willing to to be a part of this. It's exciting. So cool. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
We've been blessed. So, all right.
Please pray for us.
Talk to you soon.